Well, howdy everybody, how are you? I'm gonna start talking like this now. Just kidding. Not ever gonna do that, no. How is everyone? Hopefully you're doing well on this Wednesday. Damn. I tell you, time sure is a-flying, isn't it? Okay, where were we? Make sure everything is loaded and loading. Okay, cool, cool. All right. How are you all this lovely evening? Hey, Sumi. Hey, Sugar. Hey, Ember. Welcome. And Cool Beans and Copperator. And everybody else, of course. Okay. Oh, fuck. Well, I keep messing up this pattern. I kind of... Oh! Wait. Oh, I'm having a brain... smarts? I don't know. A moment of intelligence, shall we say. Hello, Salvia. I'm doing well. Hey, Ava. Hello, New Zealand. Wow, you're from New Zealand. Well, we've already got another person here from New Zealand. I just didn't expect to see another one so soon. Yeah. Okay, let me get up here. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna use a water jet, or a water thingy. Maybe this will make it a little bit easier. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Still not perfect, but like, maybe it will work. Oh, damn. Oh, no wonder. Okay. Maybe the water stream idea will pan out. We'll see. Because, like, I need to get a hyper-efficient way to place these stupid stairs. Because it just doesn't feel like I'm making enough progress to, like, warrant the effort. You know what I mean? How's the internet? Well, it, funny enough, it just cut out the second I started the stream itself, like a minute-ish into that. And then it was fine. It cut out for a split second. It said OBS disconnected. I got 0 upload and 0 download. And then it just bounced immediately right back. So I don't know what it's going to do, but oh well. Turtle shell check. Yes, turtle shell. We still got the turtle shell. My regal shellment. Okay, wow. This is actually kind of good. Oh my god, look at that sunrise. It's so beautiful. I can just glide down this waterfall and it will just place. And it does so seemingly perfectly. Holy crap. Hey, Bark. So to say you fell victim to Sato's Brazilian internet. That was a joke from last 2B2T stream. All that was just Sato. For those of you who don't know, Sato was a friend of mine years and years and years ago. Older 2B2T player. And he lived in Brazil, and so occasionally he'd have bad internet ping. And fun shit like that would happen to him. And, you know, you can't really help that. Sometimes your internet is just bad, and that's all there is to it. But, so somebody was, like, poking fun at me for internet outage issues or whatever. Which is like, you know, it's not that big of a deal. It could be way worse. Okay, I need to figure out how to get up there fast. So yeah, like, I'm just happy that it will work consistently enough, even if it isn't perfect. For now, while this is annoying, I can live with life. Okay. Bam, 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 Bam. Will this do it? I mean, small issues aside, it seems to be more or less working out. Okay, maybe I should, like, reposition this water source. No. Damn it. There we go. Like, right there. Whoa. God, that sky is so beautiful. I love these shaders. Look at that rainbow. I know, right? I have my rainbow setting on the shaders themselves to always be on. So it's always rainbowy when it's night. Or sorry, when it's morning or turning night. It's a pretty cool little addition there. Oh, these are stairs flopping that way. I see. Okay, well, I'm gonna do this edge first. Okay, you're Brazilian. Yeah, I know. Jack, do you understand that some people can't live without my streams? I'm so sorry. I'll admit I flaked out on you guys yesterday, and, you know, I'm sorry for that, but I woke up too early, and it just drained me. I got a nap, and it was just like fucking... Mentally, I was checked out. I don't know why. It just, that happens sometimes. I would like to think I'm just a weak human, but no, I'm just a lazy son of a bitch sometimes. I shouldn't be. I will do better within my ability, or within, you know, the possibility of me doing better. I will try. Really wish this printer, as good as it is, I wish it would keep up with the stuff in my inventory. Because for some reason it's not sending an update to, like, the server. So it's not updating my inventory as I throw things on the walls here. It's really kind of odd. In fact, I'm gonna go and put this empty box up. Ow. So I've not done any work on 2B2T today, by the way. Most of the stuff I've been doing today was working on that video I promised you guys. I had a really great idea the other day, and I wanted to make that idea happen. So I'm going to I know. I'm going to combine it with some replay mod footage. Because I was wondering what the visuals should be. And so now I think I have a good understanding of how I'm going to put that together. I got the narration and the script all pounded out before stream. And it took all day for me to more or less think of the... Well, you'll see. It may seem easy when you hear it and you see it for yourselves, and you'll wonder how on earth did it take you that long to throw all that together. Honestly, I had to kind of like force myself to think of things. I'm not like super good at figuring out how to mold lines and lyrics. Well, you'll understand. It will make more sense later on. I'm going to try to get that out. It'll be out first for the members. So if you're a channel member, you'll get to see it first. If not, you can wait till tomorrow. So if you can't live without a stream, you can definitely live long enough to hear that the vid when I put it out. I'll put that in here. So yes, I think that'll be pretty good. Sometimes life doesn't go according to plan. Yeah, that too. There is a lot of that sentiment in the thing that I was recording. I don't want to like give it away. I already said what it was two days ago when I was streaming Monday, but I'm not gonna lie. If you don't know, you don't know. Only one person's gotten to see it so far. It's really good. I like it. I'm in the midway, lol. I don't know how to explain, but I'm on the way. What do you mean? Worth the queue. Yeah, it's worth buying Prio in my opinion, if you're that like concerned about it. Though I will warn you, when you buy Prio, it does kind of like demand of you to dedicate yourself to it or to commit to playing, and not everybody can or wants to commit to playing, and I get that. It's not for everybody. Yeah, if you enjoy it, you will, and you have $20 to spare. You'll get a good bit of enjoyment out of it, I think. Let my PC in a queue for 8 hours once and it crashed. Jesus. Second time you got kicked out and I was sleeping. The PC's on the list. Okay. Well, I'm so sorry you got booted. Maybe it won't be so bad. I don't know. I can't be sure. Like, I've always bought Q or Prio rather, and so I've just never been of the opinion that it's worth it to wait through the queue unless you've got a queue service like Zenith Proxy. Yeah, you grab it a month at a time. I understand that, Stone Cold Killer. Personally, I feel like I'm definitely going to play 3 months. So if I buy the 3 months, I get a, what is it, 5 or 10, whatever % discount it is. I just find it's worth it to do it that way. Because, like, ultimately I'm saving money in a weird sort of way. And it does more or less fit my style. So why the hell not? But I can understand if it isn't. You know, it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of situation. But I think that's like the best option for a lot of people is the buy 3 months at a time and get, so normally it would be 60. So it's like 20 for 3 months is $60. So instead you get like $54 or something like that for that same amount of time. And if I know I'm definitely going to use all 3 of those months pretty uniformly, I'm not really going to like skip more than a day at most, yeah, I would say it's worth it. Okay, now to fly, I don't know, over here somewhere. Fly into, not necessarily unloaded chunks, but fly away and then come back. And that will make sure any items that are not there will be exposed. Yeah, I always grab them one at a time. Sadly, the dollar is high in my country, so I will check it if an American would 100%. Yeah, that's another problem. Your country may have a the disparity between your native currency and the dollar. It's really something, unfortunately. Tried regular queue a couple weeks ago. Oh yeah, it was way too long. I don't blame you, J-Money. Your best bet is to figure out if you have to AFK through the queue. Your best bet is to figure out how to set it up long term so that the wait is being done on another server or on another like when you're at school or when the wait is not so bad for you. Sleeping, you know, a lot of people will try to set it up when they're asleep at night. Things like that. Like, it's not a bad idea to just keep it manageable, you know. Nope. Oh wait, no, those are incorrect, but they're also correct, so that's fine. Okay. Holy crap, I think the water, the gradual water thing with printer, that missed exactly 1 stair. And it got it done inside of like 2 minutes. Hot diggity damn, that's cool. Okay. Perfect. Oh, and that's also incorrect. That's easily fixed. Ah, grab it, grab it, grab it. There we go. Okay, yeah. That fucking works. Oh man, me and my, I don't really have a phobia necessarily, but me and my, like, I hate using the water to, like, it ruins the surrounding environment. You know what I mean? Like, it'll destroy all the grass and stuff. But then I'm like, I'm just gonna do a giant landscaping project later. So, like, I'm not gonna leave all these trees surrounding everything. So, like, it's going to work out. I have zero reason to leave all of the nature around this base as it is. I'm gonna change it all, so. Those village paths are sus? What does that mean? Sus in what way? Like, that's how the village generated. So if you think it's bad, like, base hunting in the test server in the queue? What do you mean base hunting on the test server? You can't base hunt on the test server, it's gone. Test server shut down. We're in a waiting for 121 kind of situation now. Yes, yesterday I left when I was at school and at the gym, and then it crashed a little. Oh, I'm sorry. Today you were almost there, but had to go to volleyball training. Well, alcohol's oil. When you drink it, you stop shaking. Because your body is in withdrawal. It's not good. I was looking at client pricing the other day, and I thought Raven B4's pricing was wild, but then I saw future beta. Well, that's to scare people off so that they don't leak future beta. Because then if you're paying hundreds of dollars for future beta, you're locked in, and you've got money on the line. You know, you're not going to be stupid with your membership, and you're not going to be reckless. I got future beta basically because I knew the people involved with future, and they were willing to give it to me. So it worked out. Why the Housemaster don't upgrade the server capability? He's already got the server capacity as good as he can get it, I imagine. I don't think it's a matter of, well, why don't you just upgrade it? I think it's more a matter of people don't seem to understand what the server's, like, workload is, how bad the server can be. Like, this is a many hundreds of terabytes large server. Like, this server is absurdly large. So keeping things going is not easy. The fact that we have things like Folia, Grim, and so on, it feels like, yeah, this is probably the best chance we have. I really don't see any other way to run this server. There we go. $350, yeah. Yeah, I don't know about the number of people online, if that's like something he should maybe decrease. Like, is 741 the limit? I've seen 1,000 people online back during the Christmas time. Like, is there some sort of, should they lower the limit? Like, I don't know what the deal is, but the fact that 700 people can be online is just wild to me. But, like, it shouldn't be. I mean, it's been this way for a while, but I don't know. Yeah, 200 people at 37 TPS. Yes, I remember those days. They were terrible. Don't want those back. Folia at least allows for an even 19, almost 20 TPS. I'll take that. It's like 1,400 right now, last I checked on the server list. Jesus Christ. Is that including the queue? That's crazy. Oh, it's putting the stairs sideways. Okay. Oh. Get out of here. Wow, this is so quick. Love it. Now then. Hello, John. It's been around a year since I left 2BTT. I owned the group Numa. Is that how you say it? Like pneumonia? Numa? Interesting. Okay. I was wondering if the server is in a good position where I should come back, and if so, is there a lot of stuff to do? The server's probably fine. Like, I don't know if anyone would recognize you or if anyone will immediately care or not. I don't really know you personally. I will simply say we're getting 121 soon. I don't know how soon that actually is, but, you know, that's something. If you're into 121 content, you know, there you go. I know this. I'm not waiting for, like, stuff to do. I'm doing stuff, you know, for myself. They, recently I heard there was a big pit fight event last Saturday. I'm not a pit fight person, so I don't really care, but, you know, there's that if you're into that. There was a map art contest somewhat recently. Again, I don't really make map arts all that often, so I don't think much about it. Yeah, I'm mostly just making my own base and enjoying myself. And then I'm going to make, when I'm done with making this base, I'm going to make a giant game to go in the back of it. And things of that nature. There's a lot to do and a lot to see and a lot to, you know, there's a lot to achieve if you are willing to achieve. Okay, wow. Damn. Stairs are looking good. But yeah, good luck, man. If you decide to come back, Numa. Or no, not Numa. Sorry, John. Owner of Numa. I found an efficient way. Yes, I did. I finally figured it out. I knew my brain would brain enough to brain. And then I would brain my way through the tedious parts of placing these fucking stairs. Ow. It's all a matter of allowing your brain to brain efficiently. At least in my experience, that's the case. Still a lot of kits on the pit fight. Oh, wow. What was the pit fight concept? Was it just like do your own thing and then last man standing? That sort of idea? Or was it were there rules that are like more complicated? Like, I'm not really up on how that stuff works. Coming back, you can never truly leave. Yeah. Yeah, that certainly feels like the damn truth. Don't forget, you're here forever. A certain cartoon millionaire said that one time. That statement continues to be painfully true. I'm proud of you, Sugar. You should steal all the kits at every pit fight. Ever. Then they'll know not to have their kits out. Wait a minute. Did I fuck up the... No, I didn't. Okay. I love having a schematic that I can easily reference at the push of a button. Uh-oh. Oh, I see how it is. Okay. Hey, Cody. The first video on YouTube, me at the zoo, is now 20 years old. Jeez. 20. Damn, 2005. April of 2005. Where was I? April 2005. What was I doing? Was I in the... I had to have been in freshman year high school. That sounds familiar. Yeah, late 2004 to early 2005 was freshman year. Late 2005 to early 2006 was sophomore year. Late 2006, early 2007 was junior year. Late 2007, early 2008 was senior year, and that's when I graduated. Okay, yeah. Damn, I had to remind myself what my years were when I attended high school. That's how you know you're getting old. You can't fucking remember the years you attended high school, like, immediately, you know? Yeah, I was wrapping up my freshman year in high school. Damn. What a different time period that was. And it is now from today. Okay, let's go here. I'll let that flow down. Got to get that Dracula flow. Dracula flow, get it? I'm funny. Okay, come on. There we go. I like getting the edges right. Damn, you're really old, Jack. Yes, I am old. Thank you for the info. I'll probably come back soon, but honestly, it's really just a lack of me wondering of stuff to do. You gotta do stuff for yourself, man. If you're hoping for everything in the world to throw stuff at you, you might be waiting a while. Not that it won't, just that you may not necessarily get, you know, a thing to do right now. It could be 6 months down the road. Like, you have to, like, life comes at you fast, but sometimes you have to make life happen too. It really is just kind of like, you can't guarantee anything. You can't bet on it. You know, you have to be willing to play the game, I guess, as it were. And I'm willing to play the game, I guess. 2b2t.org is the best anarchy server. It is the only anarchy server. When you see the server, you know that my name will be online, because I'm always online, because I have nothing better to do. It is Pop Bob. Housemaster, would you like to build a base together? Housemaster. 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 House. Yes, I am online, but I'm not always online. I do take days off sometimes. Like, I have other games I enjoy playing. Oh, hey, Elmo. Welcome. Welcome. I was literally a toddler at the time. Time is a crazy concept. Yep. And one day, you too shall be entering and exiting high school, and then looking at it 20 years later and going, damn, such and such happened then, and then this thing happened. And all the young kids, the Generation Beta kids, will be looking at you and going, damn, Ember, you're old. And those words will crash into your soul like so many terrible, disgusting car wrecks. And then you too shall go, you damned kids, if only you understood such and such and such and such. It was the shit back then. And they'll have things that you won't understand, and you'll be like, oh my god, you Gen Beta kids and your brain rot. And you'll know all the while that you, once upon a time, were just as bad. Oh, I was with it once, but then they changed what it was. And now what's it is weird and scary to me. Points finger in your direction. And it'll happen to you. Props to you if you get that reference. I fucking love making that reference. Waking up in a hot, sweaty fit after dreaming of Pop-Pop's shit posts. I won't lie, that shit post, while I'm pretty sure Pop-Pop didn't, like, initially hate being the butt of the joke, I'm 90% certain that was, like, someone else who came up with the script for Big Man Tyrone to read. Because, like, Tyrone doesn't make scripts, he just reads them. So someone else had to have come up with that copy pasta. So I don't know. I don't know what the story is on that. Who thought up what? Or how or why? It just kind of happened, you know? Sometimes weird stuff just happens. God ordered Jack to be a 2B2T legend. Ordered is a strong word. Suggested, maybe. Some would even say that the only reason I'm a legend, and the some that would say that would be me, because it's fucking true. The only reason I'm a legend is because I'm the only person who bothered to speak up and say his part of the story. Whenever interviewed, I'm unabashed about what I know and what I feel. So it isn't because I'm the main character, it's because I'm the only one who spoke up. Like, you don't understand how many people back in the day who would absolutely be able to give you a laundry list of events just like I did, whether they were involved with them or not. But they hate any kind of clout. They hate anyone talking about things. They hate people spoon-feeding newer players. They hate people being involved with, well, anything. Like, there are a lot of people who just straight up hate. Hating for this reason, hating for that reason. Like, at the end of the day, you know, if you have a story, if you have experiences, you should be relatively willing to share them. You don't have to, but like, sharing your experiences and your stories with people is a great way to have fun, to connect, to enjoy your life, to make it feel like it's worthwhile. Because, like, otherwise you're just keeping everything to yourself, and then what? You know? Like, I don't know. Hey, Ninja Walrus, welcome. Happy to see you, man. But a lot of those people don't really play anymore, so... Life started when Jack entered this earth. Okay, no. You don't gotta be like that. I'm not one of those people. I've tried my hardest to avoid coming down with main character syndrome. I hope I've succeeded. Been a while, Ninja? Oh yeah, it has been a while since I've seen you. Have you watched the Minecraft movie? Funny enough, while we did plan on going this past weekend, my brother had, like, a really bad head cold, and he was absolutely just ruined by it. And so he's like, I'm not able to go, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. I don't want to go if you don't want to go. And of course he was sick. Now, I don't know, I might be able to talk him into it this weekend, we'll see. But he works night shift, and they go long on the night shift this week. So, like, he may not be willing to do anything Saturday at all. Because when his days are ruined by working a long shift on the night shift, he doesn't ever feel like going anywhere or doing anything, and I don't blame him. He's afforded half a weekend as a result. He works at a manufacturing plant, and it's not fun. He does a good job, though. So, like, I don't blame him for not wanting to waste any of his time on the Minecraft movie. Should he say that it's, you know, he would find it to be a waste of time, I don't know. He might find it to be enjoyable, but I still don't think he'll enjoy it. Simply because I know him. He has a low tolerance for cringe. And of course, so do I. I'm kind of like that, too. So it is what it is. Whether we ever see the Minecraft movie or not remains to... We'll just have to wait. I don't know. Genuinely curious about the 2030 batch of kids, how bad their brain rot will be. Yeah, how bad will we... I mean, that's only 5 years. Kids born in 5 years, how will they be when they're in their teens? Because, you know, that time has to happen. Kids born in 5 years' time will have to become teenagers eventually. Like, how will things be different? Oh. It's an interesting sort of thought experiment. How fucked up is the next generation going to be? Taking all bets. Hopefully not too fucked up. Like, they're going to have to inherit the world at one point. Kids born in 5 years' time, you know, 50 years after that, they're going to be the ones doing and running everything. So, like, well, they can't be that fucked up. They can't afford to be. Like, and then that's kind of the point where you realize that you can't afford to be fucked up at all because you got to run things one day, eventually. You can't be a mess forever and ever and ever. Oops. Like, I'm not looking forward to the day my parents die, because I'm going to have to maintain all their estate and all that stuff. And, like, I can do it, but I'm going to not have anyone to help do housework. I'm not going to have anyone to help maintain, you know, just things in general. Like, it'll be me and my brother, and that's it. That's fucking frightening. Like, that's honestly something young teens and 20-somethings don't have to be afraid of yet. That's your parents getting old. And I mean really old, like decrepit old. Which means now you have to be the one to take care of them. You are the one responsible for them surviving. And, you know, the shoe is on the other foot, figuratively speaking, because they took care of you as a baby. And then when they get old, now you take care of them. And it's like, damn. That's a lot of responsibility and a lot more time and effort than you might think. And it's Herculean. It's a Herculean task. Yeah, most of you guys are apparently Gen Z. Depending on the guys in chat. Limac. Oh, ignore people like that. Anyone who's nice, fair enough. But if everybody in chat who is toxic is just being an asshole, just give them the good old /ignore. Don't worry about it. I used to be of the opinion that you shouldn't ignore anyone. You should just kind of like be aware of everybody. But that was also many years ago, before like the Russia war and a bunch of other shit. And that's just kind of when I realized you can't keep track of everyone. You really shouldn't try to keep track of everyone. You just enjoy yourself. Don't worry about them. If the people who are in chat are abrasive or nasty or whatever, you got a block function, you should use it. If somebody says something you don't like, you have the option to say, I don't want to see anything from you again, and then ignore them. And that's it. That's what I do, and I've still not had to exercise that very much. Hope to keep it that way. I don't like having to block people, but I mean, if you're gonna fuck with me or annoy me, I'll block you. You know, I have no problem saying, okay, goodbye. You don't exist in my chat any longer. I feel like everybody on the internet could learn that lesson. And if everybody did, we would all be unimaginably better off. There'd be so much less trouble in the world, so much less drama in the various places there is drama. Entirely because people learn to actually fucking just ignore the things you don't care about. Ignore the naysayers, ignore the doubters, ignore the problems, etc., etc. Singularly stop cyberbullying. I mean, it would help. I don't know that it would actually stop cyberbullying, because I've kind of learned that cyberbullying is a far deeper, more intricate problem than just simply bad words said online. So I'm not going to say like that's a one-size-fits-all solution, but it would tamp down on a lot of problems. It would make things simpler for a lot of people. It would go a long way, I think. Oh shit, I didn't put the glowstone in here. Thought I had. Just turn off the computer, no one forces you to be on. I mean, I get that. That is partially true. But with the world being as interconnected as it is now, I wouldn't say that it's 100% true. You do actually kind of need to be online sometimes. But that again, by and large, just learning to ignore everything and just not giving attention to people who are shitlords would in general go a long way toward fixing some of the younger generation's issues. Again, not every problem, and not everybody would be serviced by this, but it would help. It would help. It would make it easier. So I don't know. You're giving me a bit of an existential crisis. Yeah. Sorry. I mean, we all have to come to terms with our mortality one day, some way or another, Ember. I'm sorry if that's now for you. But like, yeah. That's how it goes. Again, the kids born in 5 years' time will be running things in 50 years' time. That's perfectly natural. You're going to have to take care of your parents one day. See to it that you are a good caretaker of them. Because realistically, you know, the only alternative is to shove them into an old folks' home, and I've been there. I've worked inside old folks' homes. You don't want to shove your parents in those, believe me. It's genuinely awful. If you love your parents, you will help to take care of them as best you can. Like, seriously. And I know, most people don't want to think about that. I get it. It is something. It's a task people don't often think about. I guess in a lot of ways, when I voluntarily chose to work at it, I worked at an old folks' home in a pharmacy on the old folks' home campus. And working there, I got an eyeful of what life is like. You know, I was a young, dumb 20-something for pretty much that entire time. And I just learned firsthand how bad it can really be, you know? Honestly, I think that that's a good thing for most people. A lot of people should probably work in a facility like that when they're young, you know? Or even when you're middle-aged or something. Just so that it gives you a perspective on the world that you'd otherwise not have. Because the elderly are not treated very well. And that changes with us. It gives you an understanding of how bad it can get for you someday. So, just beware. Some warmonger shit. Okay. This thing is getting old? Decade? What do you mean? Oh, 2B2T? I mean... Stop This Train is really good. John Mayer. Oh, yeah, it's about getting older. Yeah, because probably when John Mayer wrote it, he was getting older, and he realized he was getting older. He was no longer going to be in his 20s or 30s or whatever. That's life, man. The train does not, in fact, ever stop. You had to choose one person to be my apprentice. Who would it be? Oh, God. I don't know of anyone that would necessarily be fit to be my apprentice. They wouldn't rise to my expectations. But then again, nobody is me. So I don't know. God, I don't know. I don't think I know enough people to have, like, a reasonable grasp of who would be a good protege or a good apprentice for, like, apprentice in what way? Like, they're learning the building style? Like they're becoming the next Jacktherippa? Like what's the deal? What apprentice in what way? What is the reason I would need to take an apprentice? Like, am I a Sith Lord secretly hoping to pass on the Sith legacy to the next generation or whatever the fuck? The rule of two and all that bullshit. The Jack Lord. I guess. I don't know. I don't feel like that's something I would ever do. Fuck. Gotta evict all of these guys. There we go. And while we're at it, let's slab all this over so that they can't spawn. I've got to get the windows in place one of these days. He owns... I do not own you. Shut up. I read you discovered 2B2T through 4chan. I bet that era of 4chan was much different. Yes, it was. Several boards that existed prior to 4chan's destruction and the subsequent, the years before that, a lot of those boards didn't exist yet. The culture was a little different. The internet culture, just in general, was way different. People didn't give a shit about things that, for some reason, people give even more of a shit about today than they ever reasonably should. Like, it's actually kind of concerning how much of a shit people give about things they have no reason to give a shit about. It's genuinely baffling. Like the Israeli-Palestinian conflicts. Couldn't give less of a shit about any of that. I'm not involved. No one I know of has anyone, family or otherwise, that is involved. And nobody that I'm aware of hails from that part of the world. So, yeah. I don't care. No more than I care about whatever's going on in China or Russia. Those are not spots or places that I have family in. They're nothing I have any ties to, ethnically, nationally, culturally, whatever. Sorry, just is what it is. I'm just not related to any of that. So anything going on there is, by and large, at best, a news headline, and at worst, another news story that I'm just going to ignore because I don't fucking care. I'm busy living my life. I'm not worried about what other people halfway around the world are doing. I'm more worried about me and the things that I immediately have to worry about. And I'd like to think most people are that way, Most people are not concerned with the goings-on of some foreign country they may never visit. And that's okay. Like, at what point were we all convinced that we had to take a stake in things we don't have a stake in? And that's really kind of like the big difference between modern internet culture and the internet culture of the early 2000s, 2010s, and so on. At a certain point, about 2016, 2015-ish, that attitude changed, and you had to have an opinion on everything. You had to be locked in. You had to know about this, that, or the other. And it became really overwhelming because, again, I don't have a dog in those fights. I have nothing to do with any of that. So then why am I to, who am I to have an opinion on any of that? Like, I'm just some nobody on the internet. At the end of the day, my opinion's not going to make a damn difference. You kidding me? I'm not going to single-handedly have the correct opinion on Gaza or Israel or whatever, or the Ukrainian-Russian war, or I think the next big thing's going to be China and Taiwan. Like, I'm not going to manage to succeed in us avoiding or preventing or ending or whatevering conflicts that may arise abroad when I'm just some dude. It's just silly. Have I heard of a console emulator? Yeah, I've played a few emulators. Oh. And so, yeah, that was the biggest sort of change I noticed over the years was you were more forced, and this is through social convention, through social pressure, you were more forced to have opinions on things that otherwise, 20 years ago, no one would have given a slight concern to, at least if you weren't a political analyst or a political talking head or something like that. People of that nature always talked about everything under the sun. But your average person was almost never interested in it. And now it's front and center of everything. Every headline, every place, everywhere, it's all this, that, the other. It gets really boring and really annoying, doesn't it? Being forced to have an opinion, being forced to care about things you have zero control over. It's just silliness. No one is obliged to have an opinion. While you're technically right, J-Money, it is through social pressure that you are kind of forced, or coerced, I should say, into having an opinion. And it gets boring. It gets draining. It gets troublesome. Nobody genuinely wants to have to live that way, but societal pressures kind of force you to. You don't have to. You're not technically forced. But by not doing it, you cheat yourself out of a lot of interpersonal interaction. People will prejudge you when, in all honesty, it's kind of a stupid thing to do, don't you think? And it just kind of is... It's just so bothersome. It's just all so bothersome sometimes, you know? Sometimes you just don't want to care. You just don't want to have a reason to have to worry about every little thing, you know? Whoops. So yeah, that's kind of the big difference. And now that 4chan is dead, ooh man, that's a power vacuum, if ever I saw one. I'm wondering what's going to happen with that. I don't think 4chan is down and out for good. It's down for now, but I don't think it's like gone for good. It'll likely bounce back. I don't think 4chan can ever truly be defeated. But I have no doubt that the power vacuum, you know, nature abhors a vacuum. It will inherently fill as much of whatever there is as it can. So like, I'm wondering what's going to succeed it and or replace it. Because like that was the appeal of 4chan, was that you could speak your mind. And that's a very powerful thing, to be able to speak your mind in an era where increasingly you are told not to speak your mind. Since I'm new here, I just realized something. The more chill I chill here, it's like a part of my brain just got born. Well, thank you, I guess. I'm happy to have born part of your brain. That sounds wrong, but, you know. No, in all seriousness, though, I am glad to have helped you to see a new perspective. Because it sounds like you've gotten a new perspective on life. And that's good. You know, you should try to hear out other perspectives as much as you can. And that comes from having a lot of, like, experience with life. That's something I really genuinely feel bad for a lot of the Zoomers and Gen Alpha, Gen Beta. You guys never got to know a world prior to the internet, and how much better that world actually was. You're disgusted by how much gaslighting there is? I agree. There is so much gaslighting and so much... It's thinly veiled manipulation. That's really what it is. It's just, I'm going to tell you what to do and think. I'm going to tell you how to feel. And you're going to go along with it. Because if not, I'm going to make your life hell. And gaslighting is but one of many, one of many tools to make that happen. It's just so silly. Would I fight for my country? Probably not. For now. We'll see if it changes going forward. For now, probably not. I will say, it does seem like there is a going current, the general undercurrent of public opinion So far, it seems to be very anti-war. Nobody wants another big, bad, long, drawn-out conflict like the Ukrainian war, whatever's going on in the Middle East, because I swear to God, they've been fighting in the Middle East for the last 50 years, if not longer. Nobody really wants to get drawn into yet another fucking conflict. And you can't really blame them. But that there does seem to be a kind of disinterest in how things are run. Like, nobody is happy with how things are run, you know? Very few people are... Whoa. Oh, shit, my printer button's stuck. There we go. Oh, it's upside down. Shit. Anyway, although I should read more, got to experience that for a bit. My childhood was before the internet took over. Yes, I agree. It was very nice. You felt like you weren't so at the beck and call of literally everyone. When the internet took over, the convenience went through the roof. But, like, you pay for convenience, you know? And you don't always pay for convenience monetarily. You pay for convenience by an opportunity cost or by some other kind of cost. And it gets to be trying at times. It really does. All right, Mr. Zombie, I'm building. Get out of here. Now then. In America, I think Iraq and Afghanistan really ruined the image for the military. It wasn't just that. It's the people running things. The politicians and the media and all of that. They have successfully ruined everybody's desire for, well, I mean, obviously things like the military and so on. But they've ruined everybody's outlook on their nation. What they don't even know what's real anymore. So much fucking disinformation now. Can't tell what's up or down. It's sad. Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm getting ping spikes again. Is this gonna be another stream outage? I don't know. Everybody else steals the tactics, politicians use them winning petty arguments. I guess. I mean, I'm sure there are other reasons and other tactics at work too, but... Reading words on a page is better than on a screen or hearing because your mind is much better, broader way. Oh. I enjoy hearing things better than reading them, but yeah. A lot of lag today. Yeah, I don't know if that's me or if that's the server. It seems to be the server more than anything else. I never care generally in MBTI, but genuinely, do you know yours? MBTI. Have I heard? I want to say I've heard that phrase before. Mean, broad, I don't know. No, I don't know what the hell that is. Sorry. 4chan was sex obsessed? Well, I mean, that's just every young man in general. Like, that's pretty normal, honestly. Yeah, divide and conquer. Why would people get mad when prices are increasing while they don't follow policy? Yeah. There's a lot going on with that. I don't feel like getting into, sadly. Download a PDF, turn the Wi-Fi off. Guess that's one way to force yourself to read. If you really want to read books and stuff. I found myself earlier today when I was writing out the script for the video that'll go live for members first tonight. I found myself kind of like realizing that I was getting super distracted with videos and stuff on YouTube because I'm so easily distracted nowadays. And I realized I had to just shut off everything and lock in. But I'm quite proud with how it all turned out. Bye, Jack. I'm going to sleep. Okay, take care, Sugar Moscavo. Have a good one. Thanks for coming out, man. I appreciate it. Okay. Yes, you do own... Okay, sure. If you say so. I don't understand what that means, but okay. Like, what context are you referring to in which I own you? I don't get that. Please try to not be weird. That's all I ask. Wow, I really went overboard with stairs. Looks great, but at the same time... I don't know, too. Oh, okay. Well, since you don't know either, I guess we'll just have to meet in the middle or something. Agree not to understand or some shit like that. Personally, I really think that stuff is very stupid. Oh, hello, 7-Eleven. How are you? We had to take it to school. Oh, MBT, Myers-Briggs type indicator. Oh, the personality stuff. That explains why I've heard about that. I don't really give a shit. I've never thought that I needed to go out of my way to learn about my personality type or whatever. It coexists as best I can. I just live and I do what I do. I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned about it. It doesn't take up real estate in my mind. I'm not, in my opinion, that stuff borderlines on horoscopes because you go, oh my lord, this thing in this piece of paper is talking about me. And so then you conform to it. You become what they say you are instead of you being you for who you are. You know what I mean? You can obviously make fairly decent guesses at people's personalities, right? You can guess temperaments, you can understand the nature of how people think. I get that. But very quickly it boils down to a rote set of guidelines that people feel they have to become, or they have to be like this, or whatever. It's silly. You had to take it in school. I've never had to take that. I never had to think about it, never had to worry about it. Probably for the best. Okay. Fill up my inventory. 2 boxes. Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. Holy shit, that's cool. Okay, so you can't do that in the... because there's no crafting book. Okay. Wow, I just discovered something new that I totally didn't know existed. Holy shit, that's awesome. Okay, I'll explain here in a moment. Give me a sec. Let me sterify all of these blocks. Okay, so let me... Okay, so we're going to turn these 2 blackstone block stacks into smooth blackstone. Okay, so first of all, if you click on this and you press the space bar, it'll open and close. So I'm using my inventory move hack to try to swim up in the water. But when I press the space bar, it opens or closes that. So if I hold the mouse over this and I click, you know, it'll do that. It'll do all that. That's shift clicking, right? But if I hold shift and mouse over this and then I press space, it'll still do it. I did not know that that was a thing. Is that vanilla or is that another client feature that I'm not aware of? Is that an inventory tweaks thing? You always felt like you were being labeled. That's kind of how I feel. That's 2B2T, okay. Yeah, I get the, I get that notion, that feeling of, actually, I'm just being classified to be put in a nice, neat little box, and then I can't move outside that box or change in any way. That is probably kind of what it's like. Though, who's to say for sure if that's the actual reasoning? There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. I got all those stairs done inside 10 minutes. Oh, I gotta do this back corner here. It's that time again. Okay, take care, Cooperator. Have a good night, man. Thanks for coming out. I do appreciate it. Now then. Oh, shit. So MBTI was developed by a woman and her daughter during World War II. They based it on a Carl Jung book, of course. So it's filled with pseudoscience, is what you're telling me. Archetypes and all that shit. But women can only be 3 things, and men can only be 4. Which, I'll admit, there is a slight truth to some of that stuff. But I don't know. It feels very stay in your lane kind of stuff. I'm back. Oh, welcome back, Elmo. I didn't even know you'd left. Sorry. You left me, you missed me talking about, I don't know, various things. You'll have to look back on the VOD. I can't remember off the top of my head. It was just, you had to have an opinion on stuff, etc., etc. That's kind of one of the big differences between the old internet and the newer internet, where you're forced to fit into a box of some kind. Okay, what is going on? What? So yeah, political crap, basically. But some other subtleties to it as well. What is happening? Okay. There we go. What matters more is your individual output. Yeah, I guess so. House fell on the server again. Yes, and a cocaine bender. 5,162 ping. Jesus Christ. Is my net fine? No, that is fine. I don't get it. Oh. Are we gonna get that update? I feel like if we get the update, things will get smoother, you know? Because, like, we weren't having these terrible ping issues a few months ago, prior to the test server and all that. And whatever else they're doing for the update. Oh, that reminds me. tbtt.org. Let's see if the main server, the main web page has changed. Okay, well, something did indeed change. Typical. So back when the test server opened up, the main page of tbtt.org said server expected to update toward the end of March or early April. Now it says toward the end of April or early May. Well, early May is just next week. Yeah, it is next week. Next Thursday is early May. It's the beginning of May. So that's funny as hell. Okay. Test server online. Okay, so that's all struck out. So that generally means when a thing is crossed out, that means we're done with that leg of the trip. So now it's going to be whatever the hell else they're figuring out. Oh, God damn it. Okay. Stop putting stairs sideways. Or, crooked. There we go. Test server's on a copy. Yeah, that's all done. Okay. So from what I can tell, we're still getting all the new shit that they wanted to change. Wait. Never mind. We're not getting all the changes. Remember way back, and this is reaching for some of you. Some of you may not have been watching at that time. I made a video back in September when we were first promised the test server, and we were doing a quick sort of dirty, a very easy. How would you phrase this? A down and dirty testing server. It was on a brand new world, and it was we were testing 121 stuff. And when we shifted to that, we were expecting to get 121, back in September or so. Obviously, plans fell through. But when House had initially updated, and he was like, okay, well, we're going to do this and we're going to do this. Some of the changes that were proposed for 121 included a longer day and a shorter night. And so House listed out on the server, on the website page list here, this is what you should expect for 121. And I've noticed that the night-day change is missing. The Ender Dragon will have a small chance of dropping the eye armor trim. Too little, too late, but okay. Phantoms will always spawn in the overworld for all players, though in a different way compared to vanilla, and rarely. They will always be aggressive. Okay, we expected that. He'd been saying that for months, so that's, you know, in line with what Housemaster has promised. Okay. But shortly after this, he mentions that phantoms will spawn in the end dimension, which is weird, but alright, I'm down for that if it's interesting. As long as it doesn't fucking suck, should be fine. If it sucks, I imagine he'll revert it, change it, whatever. But then after that, they mention how the night and day cycle would be shortened and lengthened. Days will be longer than nights, and nights will be shorter for some reason. Not really any question as to why, just that it would. No real reason that I can see. So I'm wondering, because I definitely remember thinking this very, very loudly back when this change was proposed on the website. When I saw the night and day change, I was like, did anyone ask for this? Does anyone care about the night change? The day change? Is that important to anyone? And apparently it was fucking shit up so badly, they just straight up scrapped it. I don't think we're getting the day-night cycle adjustment. Because A, who gives a shit? No one asked for it, no one cares. And B, if all it's doing is causing problems, good, get rid of it. Because apparently there was a map crash something or another, and some death messages are not correct or are missing. So the list of changes is different, and there's a lack of any real understanding. Like, there's a lack of any clarification on that day-night change, which is weird. But it's gone, apparently, so whatever. Hey, Deval, welcome. Next week is early May, yeah. Because I must admit, Jack, you are an interesting individual. Well, thank you. I try to be, I guess. I don't know. Late May, early June, yeah. So, yeah, the can may be kicked down the road a little, Don. I agree. Soon, very soon, site goes blank for 3 years. Shut up. I don't want that to happen. Don't meme it into existence, please. But, like, that could totally become real, I agree. Soon, very soon, 4 years of nothing. We will simply have to wait and see. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You can't see 2B2T's day counter anymore? Oh, in the F3 tab list? Oh, or the F3 list? That sucks. When did they change that? Oh boy, I better tap F3 to figure it out. Oh, you actually can't? Huh. Okay. Well, whatever. I never really cared about the day-night, or the day count. The day counter never seemed super important anyway. You thought he was memeing too. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that. Did I investigate those missing rails? No, because I don't care. I'm not going to. I have no interest in doing anything Spacewalk 3 related. So if those rails are missing, they're missing. You guys can figure it out, fix it for yourself, leave it alone, whatever. I know I placed that stuff back when I was making Spacewalk 3 years and years ago. But, yeah, no, I'm done. I'm past Spacewalk 3. So I'm not going to do anything with it or touch it or whatever. Alright, let's get out of this hole. Snatch my water source back. Summer update, yeah, I guess. Just noticed you can't see GPG's day counter. How many blocks out am I? Ooh, well, I could be over 1 billion blocks out. Or I could be building right next door to you. Who knows? I guess you'll just have to not... You'll just have to wonder. You'll just have to not know. Was there ever a night skip on Tubi? Yeah, I've skipped the night twice. but only twice. I've never skipped the night more than 2 times. Which is sad, but like, it goes, you know, it happens. That would be a nightmare for Jack. There'd be no pale oak doors. Yeah, that would. I need them pale oak doors badly. Now, I'm not trying to get your cords. I just started playing 2BT and I just found my first dupe stash and I'm thinking about making a more long-term base. I want to know how far out I should start building. You should start building at the spot where you found the dupe stash so that whenever someone who owned that stash returns, they find a brand new friend ready and waiting to be made. Or they destroy it all. One of the two. Don't you want to make friends? Peaceful SMP. Happy people on. Safety rail making mechanism. I mean, how do you expect to survive on 2B2T if you're not going to make friends? Hey, I found your stash and decided to live here. Well, hop right on in, friend. I would legitimately have to admire the balls on someone willing to do that. Hey, I found your base. I live here now. I live in your walls, exactly. And like, I would be, if I did that, if I found someone's stash and I just decided, okay, I live here now, I would be a model fucking roommate. Or stash mate. Or something. I would be like, okay, this person's stuff is really cool. I'm gonna be as awesome as I can about it. I might borrow a thing or two here or there, but I'll promise to pay them back. And then maybe probably pay them back. I don't know. Hey, diluted water. Oh my god, you're back. Where you been? Welcome to 2 Builders. 121 tools. Update soon, probably. 2BGT in World Shattering 2025. Yes. Thinking about going to the Minecraft Villager Rescue live experience? Ooh. Huh. Well, let me know how that one is, Dots. I'm interested, but not so interested I would go to it. Also, it's like really far away. It's in Dallas or whatever, and I'm not anywhere near that area. So, I would kind of be interested just to see on paper what it's like. Like, surely it's an interesting enough, you know, experience or whatever. How long will the build take, Deval? I couldn't begin to tell you. It'll probably be another year or 2 before it's like really truly done. Oh, shit, you are a... You are a persistent creeper. I guess because I kept... No, that's the creeper I just knocked off, so that's another creeper from another... Oh, interesting. Stash mate, ha, I know, right? Hey, Jack, you're like my albino child I randomly gave birth to in a prehistoric African village during Pangea. What the fuck? Pangea. No, there was no Africa during Pangea. And there would be no albino children because the human race didn't exist yet. Pangea is many millions of years before our ancient ancestors. So nice try, diluted water. Brand new friend, willing and ready and waiting to be made. Sounds like you're a dish waiting to grill to be eaten. Yeah, no. Yeah, I admit, that would probably turn a lot of people off. They would probably go like, oh my god, someone's living at my stash now. And they'd probably just take everything away overnight. Heist it to another stash location or something. To be fair, I wouldn't blame them. But I try to be as cool about it as I could be. Replace everything in the chest with an IOU notice. Ouch. I mean, that would be really mean and funny. So I could see somebody doing that. You know, I'm not going to lie. So in early 2016, this was around the time map arts began to really take off. But like right before the Russia War. So, you know, the server was kind of like dying due to the Nerds Inc. people backdooring the server and all that. So when all that was going on, I had just freshly lost Space Valk 2 at that time. And I was like, well, I don't have anywhere to go and I don't have anything to do. So I'm going to use my brand new, and I was the only person who knew how to do this, my brand new Elytrafly exploit. And I'm going to fly around all of the greater spawn area and just sort of find out where stuff is. You know, figure out who's built what where and just have fun with it. Because I lost all my items. I didn't have anything to do. I didn't have a stash, you know, tying me down or anything like that. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go and just fuck around, right? And so what I did was, as I was flying around, I found out that there were new map arts being made. One was the ISIS flag, and the other was everybody's favorite pinwheel of friendship. And I took one look at all that, and I went, I smell an excellent way to troll people. Now, mind you, remember, we didn't know the Russia War was about to happen, and that all of this would be completely for naught. So I was like, oh, well, this is an excellent opportunity to troll the hell out of everybody. So if I find someone's base, I'm just going to leave them a pinwheel of friendship and or the ISIS flag, because, you know, you can duplicate maps very easily. And so I was like, I'm going to go around to everybody's bases and steal whatever's not nailed down. Because, again, I had an Elytrafly exploit and nobody else did. And then I'm going to be like, okay, in exchange for all your precious items, person whose base I just raided, you know, I'm going to take all those items and use that as a membership fee to the 2B2T National you-know-what party. Even though this is not something that even exists. You know, this is just... It was a joke. And I was like, haha, all your items are mine now. And also, you're a pinwheel of friendship enjoyer. And I thought that was just like the funniest thing ever. This is right about the time people began to really freak out about that stuff unnecessarily. Mostly because of brainwashing. But also because, like, I don't know, other reasons. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna, like, do this to more people's bases. And then all the new people showed up from the Camping Rusher, and that instantly ruined any of the fun, because all the newer people immediately took it to heart. They thought there actually was a 2B2T National Nazi Party on the server, and I was like, no, that was a joke. The server was literally dying at that time. There couldn't possibly have been any parties of any kind, because when that other guy earlier, he was up here, have I ever skipped the night before? Yeah, Jonathan asked, has there ever been a night skip? Yeah, one of the few times I was able to skip the night was in 2016, because the Nerds Inc. people had killed the server. And so there wasn't any opportunity for any organized anything. No one was actually, you know, evil or whatever. But, like, a lot of people just, they hear or see things and they just instantly think it has to be real. It's really quite disappointing. But, oh well, what can you do? And so, yeah, that was a fun little thing that I did for a very brief time before the Russia War started up in earnest. I did that for maybe 2 months. Maybe 2 months. Just because, like, the hell else was there to do, you know? So I'm getting flashbacks. This came across many lifetimes when you came back samurai style to annihilate me because my infanticide, you survived being wrapped in shrubbery. Oh, okay. Sure. Can't you use baritone to auto-build a schematic? Baritone is a little bit on the retarded side. So I try to use printer where I can, but baritone is occasionally useful. It just depends. Like for now, printer seems to be getting the job done quite well with all these stairs. Because it's like placing them up and down like this. But I'll try to use Lightmatica and baritone where I can. It's not always convenient, but I try. Does Crowbar still play? I don't believe he does. I'm pretty sure he gave up for a while, though I couldn't tell you why he gave up or why he quit or whatever. You'd have to ask him if you can get a hold of him. Pangea is wild next to Jack's name since they're both ancient. Wow. Not that old, guys. You do realize Pangea was before the dinosaurs, right? Like, literally, there were no dinosaurs prior to 700, or no, not 700, 200 million years ago. Pangea was 400 or 500 million, I think. When was Pangea? Pangea was 300 to 200 million years ago. Okay, late Paleozoic, early Mesozoic. When did the dinosaurs first appear? That was only it was slightly, yeah, roughly slightly overlapping with Pangea. But like the early dinosaurs existed on Pangea. After Pangea, like, no, it was all completely different. Hello, Capybara. What a name. Bepibara. Does printer work in a similar way to baritone? Not exactly. It is slightly different. Printer is, as long as you use the right settings, printer like mimics, with machine accuracy and machine speed, of course, it mimics what a player would do to build. So it's like a little bit better than baritone in that regard, but it still screws up. Like, for example, it's not decrementing the blocks in my hand. It's very weird. What I think of Capybara's building style, I've never seen it, so I don't know. Jack survived this long since Pangea. I birthed him to try and stop the creation of Space Valkyria. What the fuck? You're on something tonight, Diluted Water. Good night, gonna lurk a bit, see ya. Okay, take care, man. Have a good night, Stone Cold Killer. Sleep well. When was a continent? Man, those things have a hell of a lifespan, let me tell you. Yeah. Did you know that the Appalachian Mountains predate trees? How do we know if you're the real Capybara? I don't know that he is, but I don't know that he isn't. Jack learned from Etho's lab. Honestly, Etho and I have been around for about the same amount of time. We have nothing to do with one another. I've never met or talked to him, and vice versa. I'd be very shocked if he knows that if I exist. But like that said, you know, I like Etho. I've been a fan for years. So it is what it is, I guess. There's really not a whole lot I have learned from Etho's stuff over the years. Like, I was always a little bit better of a builder than he was. Like, I hate saying it that way, because it makes me sound conceited. But, like, I was always really into building. Etho didn't, from what I remember of his content, Etho didn't get into building... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Flaming arrows. Anyway, he didn't get into building until, I want to say Hermitcraft, although he was obviously always trying to build in his single-player series. But that it was only just okay. He didn't blossom as a builder until his Hermitcraft stuff years later. Of course, it's been many years since those days, so like, that's not been that big of a gap. Like, I started getting really good at building in like 2013. He started getting good at building in like 2014, 2015. Which is fine. Like, I don't know. Everybody proceeds at a different pace, at a different time, in a different way. Just is what it is. Jack preceded the Appalachian Mountains. What the fuck? Well, the trees are on them. I didn't think the mountains grew into the trees. Well, I mean, there are trees on the Rocky Mountains too, but the Rockies are way younger. That's why they're more jagged. But the Appalachian Mountains are much more smooth and rolling because they had longer to erode. I have a video on my channel about the Mason Lodge I made. Oh, okay. So it is you, Cappy. Cool. Whatever. Whoa. Come on. Oh my god. Elmo just messaged me saying he had an allergic reaction and that he had to go to the ER. Yikes. Stay safe, Elmo. He was a tech guy. Yeah, he was more of a pioneer of redstone and stuff. Yeah, he was focused on other things. But I feel like your average big Minecrafter nowadays has to dabble in everything. Farming, redstone, game making, building, designing, pattern coordinating, you know, all sorts of types of innovation. Like, you really have to be a jack of all trades these days. Or so it feels. I could be wrong, but that's the rough gist of what I get. You know, I get the gist of that. Yowza. Oh, man. Stay safe, Elmo. Get yourself to safety or whatever you have to do, man. Anyway. Do I use Meteor? No, I use Future. I've always felt Future's really, really, really good. It's good enough. So I've never really had the desire to use another client. I know I could probably use Meteor and Future together. Same for Rusher and Future and all that, but it just doesn't matter that much to me. Wow, did that get all of the stairs? Wait, is that all the stairs on this side? Hell yes. A jack of all trades. Yeah, kind of. I suppose I'm a jack of all trades. I don't know. I just do what I like doing. Appreciate consider, but as current miner of the Masons, I feel very safe and would rather not talk about it. What? Okay. Yes, I was reading chat from a Discord message. Don't worry about it. Oh, you wear a turtle helmet but not a French braid? Well, that's because the turtle helmet can be made as a PNG very, very quickly, but a French braid takes way more effort and time to put together. So yes, I will, because it's a matter of time. And I already told you, Meg, the French braid will be in the 3D model. I don't have that yet. That also takes a lot of time, but I can at least, you know, juggle that and then other things simultaneously. Don't question me. VTuber buzz cut. I mean, if it comes down to it, I can do multiple different hairstyles at once as long as I know to do them in advance. I should get a low taper fade. Ah, you're right, I should. No, I don't give a shit. I'm not doing that. Oh, you were talking to someone in chat. Oh, I'm sorry, Capricorn. I didn't realize. Focus on stream. Okay. Alright, now, let's see, because I don't think that's every single bit of stairs, but it's a lot of stairs. I think I got this central monument bit. Yeah, a lot of stairs there. That's actually all in place, even though it looks yellow. It's actually orange, so it's fine. I got to do the undersides of some of these structures. I got to do the arches. These big monolith-looking structures here. I got to do those. I got to do the inside of that and the undersides of this balcony. The stair sides there. Oh, I got to do this hexagon lattice here. And then the insides of some of these. You weren't trying to derail the stream. That's okay. You haven't even started? Don't lie. I started on the face and the head. But I won't lie, I haven't done much more than that. Mostly because I'm busy with Minecraft and other learnings, shall we say. And also I've been building these crazy structures for the last few days, more so than anything else. I feel like I've done nothing but place stairs. Okay. It's starting to come together. This is only one half of the build. The other half is just as big. Oh my god. I'm looking forward to it. Bro, I will teach you how to French braid. I already know how. It's not going to be difficult. It's just getting to that point. So, like, don't worry about it, Meg. It'll get done. Eventually. TM. When can I playtest the game? When we have even started, because... Or not, I mean, it'll be after we've started, but, you know. Like, we don't even have a roof over our heads. This is where the game will go. The game isn't anywhere near ready to even start on. We don't even have a base yet. We're not building this shit till next year, I bet. Like, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and guess that it'll be next year before we even get started. Oh, I got a design in that. There's a lot of internal stuff that I haven't even started on. It'll be a while. Whew. Oh, man. Can people not find terrain coordinates? We don't have the seed. And we don't have the terrain algorithm. Those have changed. So no, you can't find stuff that way as far as I'm aware. A lot of things have changed on the terrain front in the last several years since we updated. So don't bet on it. Now, I could be wrong and things could be findable, shall we say? And if that happens, then it happens. But for the most part, it should be safe. How do you store all these materials? In chests and shulker boxes. It's ready tomorrow, Meg. Yeah, sure. Bro, make part of it a minecart track? You want to ride the cart? We'll see. I already kind of have ideas in mind. What am I doing? I should use printer for this. Does chunk blending work with the terrain? I think it does. I don't know how the algorithm itself functions, so can't say for sure. The game, I could maybe fit a minecart ride in there if that's what you're asking about. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Alrighty. Part of one being minecart. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I've been thinking about how I want to structure Escape the Jackrooms too. I'm thinking if I will do more puzzles than parkour, because everybody likes, or rather has a polarized opinion on parkour. And it could be fine, but it could also be better. Who knows? I might make you choose. We'll see. Do like a parkour path or a more puzzle-focused path, so you have options. If you want to do it one way, you know, you got to do it the other way, something like that. We shall see. Yes, more puzzles? Yeah, I got to figure out how to structure them, though. Because, like, it's one thing to say, oh, it'll be puzzle-based. It's another when it comes down to actually what puzzles themselves will be. Because you can't make puzzles esoteric. That will cock-block people way harder than any bad parkour ever could. So, like, you have to kind of be very careful as to what everybody's threshold for boredom is. Because, like, part of solving a puzzle is getting stumped. Well, when some people get stumped, they shut down. And they don't try to figure it out. Parkour, Lamau, cute. Yeah, I know some people don't like parkour, but some people don't like puzzles as much as you don't like parkour. So, it is something of a balancing act. So I don't know. I don't know what exactly to do. It might be that I have to ask both of you, like, maybe a little bit of parkour here, a little bit of puzzle solving there, and it's, you know, it's a balancing act. Puzzles are sick. Some fun ones. Yeah, but what's fun? How do you define fun for a puzzle? Like, what's that look like? What's the objective? How do you lay out the clues? Because if you give someone a puzzle, you got to lay out enough clues so that it is reasonable for them to solve it without handing them the solution and without stumping them for hours on end. So that's a juggling exercise in and of itself. So I don't know. It's not that simple. Yes, but I play the other one. I think more puzzles in general would balance it out. Okay, I mean, I do want to do that. You're not wrong. But it isn't as simple as, yeah, we should put puzzles in it. We'll figure it out. You have ideas. Okay, good. I will happily hear them out. In fact, go ahead and type those ideas out now, lest you forget them. Or we get distracted or something like that. Wait, what went here? Oh, that's right. Yeah. It's supposed to be a... I see. Bam. There we go. Honestly, Jack, your game needs lore to make it more interesting. Maybe. I'm not concerned about it right this moment because we're not in the developing phase yet. So, like, maybe when we get to that point, we can talk about what kinds of lore would be there reasonably. You know, what makes sense for a backrooms-based game, lore-wise. Well, there's a group or an organization doing something there. You know, there's this or that monster or creature or person involved because they fell in before you and you're following their footsteps or their tracks or whatever. Maybe something like that. Yeah. We'll have to see. Puzzles can get too boring too quick. It's fun when they're done well. It's a very tight balance, I agree. It's a you're walking a tightrope with puzzles. I feel like with parkour, because you can visually see, oh, that takes me over there. This puts me around that corner. This puts me on that ledge. You have a better chance at making people stick with it to a degree because they'll say, I know where I'm headed. But with a puzzle, people can be completely in the dark and not see your vision at all. And so you're going to be like, well, to me, the answer is obvious. Why don't you just go over here and solve it? Why don't you just do this or go there? And, you know, it helps to have multiple people to collaborate with when you are doing that kind of thing. So I agree, Iris. Puzzles are going to have to be something we carefully balance. Same for the parkour. I want that to be carefully balanced too. But yeah, it's a bit of an exercise. The whole thing is a bit of an exercise. Just takes a bit of creativity. Well, we can think of puzzles. Yeah. We have plenty of time. Don't worry. Let's make a channel. Okay. You make written books to explain the lore. Actually, in the first game, we had signs that were like written with red dye, so as to sort of imply they were written in blood or whatever. We may or may not do that again. Written books are fine and all, but I don't feel like a written book makes sense. Because, like, you are plopped down, if you're lost in the back rooms, right? You're plopped down, usually unaware. You don't have any sort of control over what happened or how. Most people aren't going to have a book or a piece of paper or anything to write with on their person. If they were to get dumped into the back rooms, you're just kind of at the mercy of whatever's around you. So it's easy to say, oh, well, you should have a series of journals and blah, blah, blah. But, like, no, that's not realistic. Writing stuff on the wall, maybe a little more so. Just depends. The goal is in sight with parkour, yeah. Have I ever played Myst? Oh, I've played Myst. My mother and brother and I, we played Myst for years. And Myst 2 Riven. My brother and I recently, last year, when Riven's remaster came out on Steam, we blew through that game in less than a day. It was really a shame. We had months and months and months of working on Riven back in the day when it first came out. We shredded that game like it was made of paper. And to be fair, they didn't change anything in the game, so of course we blew through a game we were very intimately aware of. But, like, God, we loved Riven. Riven was so fucking cool. I believe there was an effort, once upon a time, to remake Riven in Minecraft, or something to that effect. And it was really, really cool. Though I don't know if that project was ever completed or what. I do know there were people who were trying to make Mist Island in Minecraft. That could be really cool. If done well. I don't know. As for the games themselves, I loved them. I personally only played up to Myst 3 Exile. I didn't really care about any of the games that came after. Though Myst 4, what was it? Myst 4 Revelation or Myst 4... whatever. The fourth Myst game, while I was not super interested in it, it had some interesting looking parts. And I remember trying to make some of those things back in beta Minecraft. Just because some of those areas were really intriguing and really creative looking. But I was not very good at building at that time, so I was not able to do it. Now, I don't really care. Because, like, I would rather make my own stuff than remake something from Myst. But, like, you know, I'm well aware of the Myst series. My brother played the whole series. Uru, Myst 5, all the remakes, the 3D remakes, the shitty VR stuff. He's done it all. He loves Myst. And I'm wondering when they'll do Myst 3, when they'll remake it. Oh, one cool theory about the backrooms is that they were created to solve overpopulation using liminal space for free housing and furniture dumping without realizing the consequences. I mean, that's fine, but I don't know that I want to give it a deep backstory or anything like that. Like, the backrooms is a better... It's a more effective horror setting if you don't understand what it is, where it came from, or why it's there. If it's just what is effectively Kowloon, the walled city, and it's this interdimensional junkyard of all sorts of crap you can't make heads or tails of. Why is this here? What is this thing? Is this some sort of AI generated, whatever? Like, I don't know, but it sure is creepy. And then maybe there's the occasional monster roaming around. Like, that's better than giving it a solid backstory, in my opinion. Wait a sec. Oh, I fucked up. God damn it, I fucked up. Oh, how could I screw up so badly? Okay, I'll just have to snake this around like that. Okay, well, I just gotta fix it. When you mess up, you just gotta fix it. Okay, I posted in the chat. Good night. Okay, take care, Meg. Good night. Guten Nacht, I think is how you say it in German. Guten Nacht. One cool... already read that. Oh, hey, what's up, Bug? Welcome. Interesting name. Mr. Boog. Will we all eat the boogs? Is that what your name's implying? You don't have to answer that. That was just my smarminess. I feel like dumping information into a book to come off as an easy or cheap way of storytelling. Exactly. It's a very low effort, high reward. Exposition dumping is basically what it is. People don't tend to like that as much. But I don't feel like the backrooms is a thing that needs to be explained as much as it's just a fun horror setting / tool for crazy stuff you'd never see in any other horror setting. Because all other horror settings have a killer on the loose, or some sort of a monster or alien stalking you, and it gets kind of samey after a while. And the backrooms feels like a refreshing take on the formula. And that could be fun. That could be a lot of fun. So I would avoid over-expositing what it is you're seeing and feeling and blah, 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 blah. Like, with Escape the Jackrooms 1, all I did was I said, okay, you are a backrooms researcher. They found some sort of weird dimensional hole underneath my base, and they set up a base there. And your job is to be... You're being trafficked, or not really trafficked, but you're transferring from one backrooms base to another or whatever. And then you accidentally fall through the path, and you end up in a completely different area. And the goal is to escape, and that's it. And then you find signs of another survivor. You find signs of an abandoned base. You crawl through this very large liminal area, and you survive, and then you jump through the hoops that I have set for you, and you succeed, and you leave. Or you don't, and you have to reset the game, and that's it. There's not really any more to it than that. I don't know that it needs to be any crazier than that. Hey, all new here. Oh, welcome, Iezo. Just a short question. Is any available video on YouTube which you can recommend, which explains this whole story of 2B2T properly? Kind of. But I warn you, it is a very, very long video. It's a 3+ hour. Actually, it's an almost 4-hour long video. There's a video by a guy named Pitfalls where he basically lays out a lot of 2B2T's history. Not everything, but, a lot of things. It was a pretty good watch. Curse of Monkey Island and System Shock. Ooh. Well, Dots, I guess you are a 2024 watcher. In 2023, the System Shock remake came out. I played that on stream. So I played System Shock. I couldn't stand the original System Shock because it felt too much like Doom, but worse. I've kind of like softened on the original System Shock since then. But yeah, I've played the original and I've played the remake, and I prefer the remake. It's way better. But yeah, System Shock was fucking awesome, dude. Absolutely. System Shock had a bit of liminality to it, didn't it? Back before we knew what liminal spaces were. You're not going anywhere. I was just saying how it is in German. Gute Nacht. Okay. I was close. I was close. Literally watched the video today. It was a great video. I know, right? I helped Sweetie to get together a bunch of that information. He made me look really good in it, and I didn't expect that. Like, unimaginably, like, main character-like. I've had a lot of people tell me I'm the main character of 2B2T, and I don't want that to exactly, you know, persist. But, like, I get it. I've already had to explain how I was one of many people to fuck around on the server and enjoy myself. Not the first, not the last, that kind of thing. Pitfall, yeah. His Discord name was like Sweetie or whatever. Or Sooty, or I don't know how you say it. Just gonna have to perch my ass up here. Here we go. Thanks, mate. You're welcome. Enjoy the video. It's a trip. I'm planning to watch the Ghost in the Shell anime series. 90s? You are incorrect or mixed up. The movie was in the 90s. The series was in the 2000s. I should probably, like, watch that show. I've heard great things about it. I just never bothered to get around to it. It was on Adult Swim when I was a kid, a bunch, and I just never really bothered, you know? But yeah, the movie, the famous movie, is from 1995. Did you get to see what happened to 4chan? Yes, I've seen what has become of 4chan. It's a shame. I will say this. As much corruption and goings-on behind the scenes as there were, it's a wonder that it didn't fall apart sooner. Because, like, as it turns out, 4chan was not only run by exactly everything, the things that people thought were happening was happening, but also it was way, way, way more corrupt and was absolutely crawling with glowies. And it just was... It was clearly doomed, you know? Like, Titanic before the iceberg levels of doomed. I'm genuinely shocked that... I guess it's because an exploit like the, whatever the hell it was, they figured out that... Because I've been hearing and seeing conflicting, you know, accounts of how it was done. But that, by and large, the way the server, or the way 4chan was gotten rid of, or done in, I feel like this was a long time coming, and that this was something people wanted, to a degree. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I don't know how to feel about it, really. I don't think 4chan is down and out. I'm pretty sure it'll come back. Though, will it come back in the same way? Will everything be exactly as it was? With the exception of whatever... But see, now a lot of people were doxxed and unmasked. So I don't know. I don't know how that'll go. Will we be able to go on like life was before? Will it be impossible to ever return? I don't know. It's a mystery. I'm beginning to think it will come back, but just in a slightly watered down version. Something will have to happen. Some sort of retribution will have to be served to the people who hacked the place. But even then, there are going to be so many people who are like, okay, well, our suspicions of the glowy interference has been confirmed, because that's what a lot of that unmasking did. It confirmed a lot of government and worldwide actors, shall we say. And it sort of made everybody, it's given a lot of people a sour taste in their mouths. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Did you guys see what happened? Yeah. Who knows? A common man is a common archetype for a main character, I guess. Where will all the memes come from now? For a time, the other factions of the internet will be picking up the slack. You'll see Reddit, Twitter, all that shit. It will take the limelight for a time. But if 4chan comes back in any meaningful way, and I have no reason to assume that it won't, just that it'll be a while, it'll become a juggernaut again. But a lot of the glowy activity will have to be purged from the website, because a lot of people are going to be very upset if known corruption is exposed and nothing is done about it. Or worse, the old chestnut of, we've investigated ourselves and found no wrongdoing. If that shit happens again, well, all bets are off, I guess. We'll see. As someone who found 2B2T through 4chan years and years and years ago, it's surreal because all the cool shit happened on 4chan. All the fun internet drama happened through 4chan. Shia LaBeouf, the anonymous raids of all the various video games that people used to raid before that was suddenly no longer advisable. All of the Chanology stuff, attacking the Church of Scientology was fun. Exposing idiots and giving them a platform for, like, making fun of them. Yeah. There's a lot of fun shit that just will no longer be doable. It serves as a power vacuum. And as I said before, nature abhors a vacuum. Something will take its place. If 4chan falls from grace forever, and let's assume that the servers never come back online, the website never returns, or it just never returns to its former glory, or whatever the hell. Should that occur, something else will just take its place. Like, 4chan hit upon a part of the human psyche that you can't really, like, keep down, you know? Will it stay this way? Who knows? Where will the terms that will become Gen Alpha lingo 5 years down the line come from? Oh, well, obviously it'll be shit like TikTok or, I don't know, some other stuff. It's too hard to say for sure, but it'll be something. Some source will fill in the power, I guarantee you. Again, nature abhors a vacuum. Something will just become the arbiter of internet culture. Maybe someone will make a 4chan too. That would be funny as fuck. And if it happens, Godspeed. They're gonna fucking need it. Moot just about went insane managing 4chan back in the day. I don't want to think about what a newer person would have to endure if somebody goes, well, I can do 4chan better than Hiroyuki and Moot. So I'm gonna make my own 4chan with bitches and cocaine and hookers and all the stuff that all the trappings and stuff. And you know what? Fair enough, I guess. Have I seen Perfect Blue? No, but I've seen enough pictures and clips of it to know that I don't really care, because it's another Satoshi Kon psychological thriller, and I'm not really big on those. I've seen enough Satoshi Kon stuff. What the hell? There we go. I couldn't fly there for a second. Still funny as fuck that 4chan last post was Chicken Jockey. Yeah. Guys, what the hell is going on? Chicken Jockey. It's a damn shame I had no clue it was going belly up when it was. Cause then I got to miss it. Oh man, I fucking missed the apocalypse. Oh well. Suppose there's always the next time. I mean, there will always be more apocalypses. Ah. Fingers are getting stiff. I hate that feeling of my fingers getting stiff. Gotta pop them. MySpace Tom should bring back 4chan. Is that guy even still involved with MySpace? That Tom guy or whoever the hell it was? I know he helped found it or whatever, but like, is he even on the scene in any meaningful way? Just finished up what might be my last jazz gig in a long time. Big fan of Project Technology. Yeah, I understand. Huh. I didn't know you did. I didn't realize that would be your last jazz thing. Why? Is that a thing you're able to share, or is it? I don't know. Looking good. Thank you, Vero. Oh. Fuck. Sorry, Mr. Zombie, you've been camped out here a while, but it's time for you to move on. Okay, let's make sure that all the stair placements so far are more or less accurate. Oh. Oh. Okay, well, I fucked up there. I've got to fix that. All the side bits, I think, are fine. Saw a meme, said evolution of memes. First guy is 4chan eating out of his ass, and is a man named Reddit. Out of that ass is Tumblr, etc. Down the end of the shit regurgitate. Yeah, exactly. It must be TikTok. Or other things. Yeah, that was something to do with the human centipede, I think. I want to say I've seen that too. Oops. Guys, what the hell is going on? Chicken Jockey.